Okay, Attorney Steve Vondran, we're back. I'm a California real estate lawyer and a broker. Also licensed to practice law in Arizona. Also a broker in Arizona. Serving up real estate insights. You can find us at vondranlaw.com. Alright, this video is about how to cancel an exclusive listing agreement. Let's go. Okay, disclaimer, this is not legal advice or a substitute for legal advice. We're licensed to practice law in California, Arizona, licensed real estate broker in both states. We do offer paid legal consultations, half-hour minimum. What is exclusive agency? Okay, so we're going to differentiate between exclusive agency and an exclusive right to sell, but let's talk about exclusive agency. Here's the rule set forth by the California Bureau of Real Estate. An exclusive agency is an agreement by which the owner agrees to employ a particular real estate broker and no other brokers. Okay, you can read this section here. In short, you're agreeing to hire this broker and no other broker. It does not mean, however, that the owner cannot sell their property. The owner retains the right to sell, encumber, rent, or lease the property on their own. And you would not owe a commission in that case. So exclusive agency is basically saying, you're my exclusive agent. Now let's contrast that with exclusive right to sell. What's exclusive right to sell? The exclusive right to sell listing affords the real estate broker the greatest protection. If you're a broker, this is what you want, because that way, if the owner sells, you will still get paid. Let me repeat. If the owner sells, you will still get paid. Okay, so that's a real important point. So exclusive right to sell is basically you're the only person who can sell the property. You can read the rest of the rule here if you want to pause the video. Let's go on to the next one. Terms of an exclusive agency. Okay, the listing agreement must contain, if you're going to employ a broker and it's going to be an exclusive agency, must contain a definite specified date of final and complete termination. Okay, your code section's there and a little bit more about it there. Let's just make it simple. Put forward in great detail what you're going to do, where the property is, when you're going to start, when it's going to end. Be clear, get it in writing, and give your client a copy of the document as soon as possible, preferably at the time you enter into the agreement. Okay, fully executed listing agreement. What is that? That means fully executed means when both parties sign it. Okay, so a fully executed agreement, all material terms of the representation set forth in writing, and that's what you want to do and give it to your client. If you're the homeowner, the seller, you should get that at the time that you sign the agreement. So make sure you're getting that, okay? You don't want someone to go and change the terms on you. So get it in writing, signed and executed by both parties. Once signed, you have created an agency relationship. What does that mean? That means you have created fiduciary duties. Duties of good faith, loyalty, no secret profits, accountability, communication, honesty, all these things. Duty to market the property for the best price and to follow the lawful instructions of your client. Okay? Pretty straightforward. Listing agreements and the Realtor Code of Ethics. Many real estate agents in California, but not all, are realtors. Realtors. Okay? And make sure when you're working with someone who says they're a realtor, that they're pronouncing it properly. Realtor. Some people may say, I'm a realtor. I'm a realtor. You know, so you want to at least be dealing with someone who can pronounce the name properly. Realtor. Realtor. Okay? The Realtor Code of Ethics governs the conduct of a realtor. Standard of Practice 9.9-2. Basically, make reasonable efforts to explain the nature and disclose the specific terms of the contractual relationship being established prior to it being agreed to by a contracting party. In other words, if you're the broker, explain what it is you're doing, disclose the specific terms of the relationship before it being agreed to. So tell people what you're doing, why they're signing this document. This is an exclusive right to sell. This is an exclusive agency. What this means is this. What this means is that. So give it to them. And again, as always, put things in writing. The more things you put in writing, the less somebody can say, you never told me that, that's a lie, and end up into the he said, she said abyss, basically. Okay, so say you hired a broker. This is a common question. Can I fire my broker or salesperson if I'm in an exclusive listing agreement, yes, you can. The broker works for you. The salesperson works for the brokerage, and the brokerage works for you, okay? There is a cancellation form put out by CAR, California Association of Realtors, on the form COL. That's basically a cancellation listing agreement, or excuse me, it's a cancellation agreement to cancel your exclusive listing, okay? That's what you want to do. Don't say I fire you and leave it at that and forget to put the next step in writing. You want that cancellation in writing, and preferably you would need to follow the terms of your exclusive listing contract. First point, follow the terms of your exclusive listing contract. What's that mean? When you sign the contract to have, let's say you have a broker listing your property to sell it, you want to make sure you read that contract and see what it says. It may tell you you only have 3 days to cancel, or you must cancel in writing. You need to make sure you're following what that contract says, okay? So you need to be cognizant of the terms of your listing agreement. Go back and take a look at that, see what it says. Realize if you don't properly cancel, you may be liable to pay the commission if the agent shows the property to a buyer who ends up purchasing your property. So if you hire an agent and he or she brings in a buyer, and the buyer's really interested, and let's say they make an offer, they're about to make an offer, who knows, and then you get angry and decide as seller that it's time to get rid of your broker or your salesperson, and you want to fire them, just realize you may be liable to pay their commission. If it's an exclusive listing agreement, you cancel them and you forget to, you hire them and you forget to cancel them in writing, you may have an issue of ending up owing 2 commissions. And so you could really get burned. So you really need to be careful of that. These are called broker protection clauses. Again, read your exclusive contract very carefully. It may tell you that if I show the property to anyone for 90 days after you terminate me, I am still entitled to get paid. So you need to see what type of broker protection clause was inserted into the agreement. Again, here it is. Make sure you get your cancellation in writing. That's your COL form through CAR if you want to use that form. And make sure there's an item number 4 that talks about basically having no financial obligation or any compensation being owed to the broker. You'd like to get that box checked if you could. If you're not being able to get that box checked, you probably need to contact a real estate law firm like myself and see what's going on, and you may have to send a letter to the broker, especially if they're breaching fiduciary duties. So again, you want to try to get it so it's canceled in writing with no compensation owed to the broker. Again, the broker owns your listing. It's not the salesperson. So if the salesperson cancels, that is great, but you want to make sure the broker cancels. If you have to, march down into the broker's office and say, I want a copy of my file. I want a copy of my listing agreement. I want to see what it is. I want this cancellation signed by you. And if I don't get it, I'm going to contact the Bureau of Real Estate and explain to them that you're not willing to give me a copy of the contracts I signed. You may need to see if they will sign your cancellation form. Okay, again, if you can't, you may want to contact a real estate lawyer. Our number's on this presentation. In some cases, maybe it's just a problem with working with a particular agent. And in that event, maybe the brokerage could appoint a new agent to work with you. It really depends on you and what you're dealing with. Sometimes it's prudent to go forward with the brokerage and just get a new agent. Okay, so that's if you're confused and in the middle ground, you're not sure what to do, contact a real estate lawyer. We can help you out. Tips for canceling your exclusive listing agreement. 1, do it when you first learn of it. When you know you want to get rid of somebody, take action. Don't let them come around and keep showing your property and doing all this. And I mean, if you're not happy, take charge, resolve your problem, go forward and try to get it done. 2, notify in writing. Put everything in writing. You know, when people do things orally and verbally, you can vent and it makes you feel good. But legally, you're not strengthening your position. So put it in writing. Make sure the broker signs off, as I said. You may also need them to take their signs down off your property. Send them an email, send them a fax, send them a text, send them a certified letter. We like certified letters as law firms. That proves they got it. That proves they should have read it. Always be thinking certified if you're going to be sending a letter. And ask them to take their signs down. Say, can you please take your sign off my property? We don't want this to turn into a trespass or something like that, okay? You can take their signs down nicely off your property and store them on the side of your house. Tell them that it's right here. That may get you some faster service, who knows. Inform your new agent of the existence of your prior exclusive listing agreement. So don't keep your new agent in the dark. Don't pretend like they're the first one to show up. Tell them what's going on. Tell them of the issue you have so that they can look into it and perhaps get it resolved. Call the other agent. Confirm that your exclusive listing has expired or been canceled. And, just trying to resolve problems and stay out of them in the first place. If you have a complaint, once again, with a real estate broker, for example, dishonest dealing, gross negligence, breach of fiduciary duties, those sorts of things, fraud, lying, cheating, those kinds of things, contact the BRE, that's the Bureau of Real Estate. You have every right to file a complaint. In most cases, the BRE will be investigating that and will ask the broker for an explanation. So you do have some leverage as a seller or someone else a buyer dealing with an agent if you have issues. So bear those things in mind. If you're a homeowner and you need to file a complaint, you want a lawyer to file that complaint for you, again, give us a call. We're happy to send letters on behalf of our clients. Again, here it is, Attorney Steve, the real estate lawyer. Call us at 877-276-5084. You can find me on the web at vondranlaw.com. We represent homeowners, buyers, sellers, brokers, developers, and others in real estate transactions, real estate arbitration, and we can serve as an expert witness for your real estate disputes. Attorney Steve, real estate lawyer, thank you for listening. Don't forget to connect with us on social media. Here's my pages. Love to connect with you and keep you updated and keep you informed, okay? Thanks again for listening. Pass this on, share this with your friends on Twitter, Facebook, and your YouTube accounts, and we really appreciate it. Okay, thanks a lot. We'll see you again.